Okay, let's try this for the emptieth time because I've had several takes for this particular video because it's a little bit up there. Anyways, let's get to the video. The question that I get asked, Clantis, what factors that increases or decreases my earnings on YouTube? Because sometimes I earn more, sometimes I earn less, and I'm not quite sure what is the reason for that. Some people even say I have not been paid since I've been monetized in January and now it's July. I don't see that 1,000 Rand threshold or that $100 threshold in sight. And what seems to be the problem? Of course, guys, this is also an announcement that I am also making that from the 15th of July 2024, I will start taking your request to review your YouTube channels or review your YouTube videos, as well as your performance on YouTube, and then we'll try and fix when fixing needs to be done. All right, from the 15th of July, this is what I'm going to be doing. So going back to the video. So me, what I did was I looked at the three main factors that will either increase your earnings on YouTube or decrease your earnings on YouTube. Basically, I'm talking about CPM. If you're wondering what a CPM is, a CPM is a cost per miller. I'm not quite sure what they mean by miller. It basically means 1,000 views, okay? And I don't know why they didn't just say cost per 1,000 views, but that's how they put it. That is what advertisers are willing to pay or bid on YouTube for your content. So they go to YouTube and say, hey, we like Clantis's video, this particular video, and we would like to bid $17 per 1,000 views or 50 cents for 1,000 views. And then YouTube will be like, okay, great. Let's look at the first one, content. The content of your video is going to determine the CPM, how much advertisers are willing to pay for that piece of content that you have uploaded on your video. This very video, when it goes up, the advertiser will be like, we want to advertise on this video, but this is how much we are willing to advertise, to pay for placing an ad on this very video you are watching. And then YouTube looks at it and say, oh, okay, because this video is about YouTube education and the CPM for YouTube education is between $8 to $15. And YouTube might say, we want $15 per 1,000 views on Clantis's video, this very one. And then the advertiser will say, okay, cool, we'll pay $15 per 1,000 views for this video. So now, if you are, let's say you upload a video on religion, maybe you are flipping the Bible or you are flipping the Quran and you are talking about a certain point, or maybe you have a certain message from the Bible, of course, that is a low CPM, where if you look at adverts that play on these particular videos is cartoon advertisement. It's either they are advertising some kind of a game, a cartoon game of some sort, or cartoons for that matter, or the ads will be about also some kind of a religious message, where the advertisers of those type of ads, they come to YouTube and say, we are willing to pay 50 cents per 1,000 views for this piece of content, which is a religious, possibly video. And YouTube will like, yeah, because it's a religious video or content, yeah, we'll take that 50 cents. Now, you must also remember that out of that 50 cents or $15, YouTube takes its 45% cut of that 50 cents or that $15. Okay, so now you as a content creator, this is where now you have to take a step back and say, am I the type of content creator that is okay getting 50 cent CPM or the $15 CPM? So if you are here not for the money purposes, then I guess you will go for the 50 cent per 1,000 CPM versus the $15 CPM, $15 per 1,000 views CPM. All of that is totally up to you, but it boils down to content. If your content is entertainment, I think entertainment CPM is around $2.50. And you must also understand, out of that $2.50, YouTube takes its 45% clean. And then you remain with 55%. Now, once you remain with that 55%, it's also going to depend on your audience. Do they watch the ads? Basically, your 55%. Does your audience watch all the ads for you to earn your 55%? Because if your audience does not watch the ads and they're skipping it, they're also chipping away from your 55% of your cut. YouTube takes its own. Whatever activities that your audience do, that's all, it's your own baby. Again, it's important that you educate your audience why they should watch all the ads. Give them tips as well of what they need to do. I always tell my audience, listen, if the ad is more than 2 minutes, let's say, no, let me put it this way. I always say, if the ads is 2 minutes and less, please get up, go make yourself a cup of tea, or go to the lavatory, or I don't know, go quickly do something that you need to do and let the ad run. By the time you are done boiling tea water, or maybe went to the loo or went to infect something, the ad will be over. There are two ads anyways that are going to play in the beginning, two ads also in the mid-roll of the video. Obviously, they might not obviously, there's a possibility that there might be multiple other adverts that are going to play in your video. Again, depending on the length of your video. If your video is 8 minutes and above, of course, mid-roll ads are going to be slot in. If your video is less than 8 minutes long, you will only get 2 ads in the beginning and 2 ads at the end of your video. Sometimes there are no ads at all. Yes, sometimes there are no ads at all. So it's your job to educate your audience about why they should watch the ads. So your 55%, sometimes you don't get it as a whole, simply because your audience was skipping the ads, right? So content is king. Content is what will determine how much you're going to get paid per CPM, all right? RPM is what goes into your account after YouTube has taken its 45% cut. That's the RPM. So the behavior, therefore, of your audience also plays a major role when they are watching your videos. The second factor that might contribute to the increase or decrease of your earnings on YouTube is location. Location. If my videos are watched by people in the first world countries like your US, your Canadas, your UK, your Australias, you get the point. Obviously, yes, I'm saying it obviously, my CPMs are going to be pretty high because advertisers are willing to pay a high amount of money for videos that are, that play in first world countries, and the CPM that comes with it. Of course, if you are doing entertainment, let's say your entertainment, video is played a lot in the US, or it's played a lot in Canada, or it's played a lot in Germany, then advertisers will say, okay, we are willing to pay $5 per 1,000 views for this entertainment piece, versus if it was in South Africa, which would have been $2.50. So that's like 2 times what they are going to pay if your videos are played a lot in the first world countries. Same example I will make with religious content. If your religious content is played a lot in the first world countries, then your CPM will increase from 50 cents probably to about $2 per 1,000 views. At least there you are starting to see some kind of money. However, you still have to compensate or even overcompensate with views in order for you to see decent amount of money as increased or to the level that you are satisfied with. Same thing, if your CPM is 50 cents, you will have to increase that with views, compensate with views. So it's very important that when you create your videos, you speak English. If you speak English throughout your YouTube videos, there is a very high possibility that YouTube would promote your videos in the first world countries as well. And if the first world countries resonate with your content, therefore your payments will increase because your videos are spread across the first world countries and you are getting views and subscribers, but views mostly and watch time mostly in the first world countries versus in developing countries and third world countries. I would say this as well. I'm not being shady or toxic towards other regions of the world. For example, in Africa, you don't want your video to be promoted in Zambia, for example, or Malawi, or in DRC Congo, or India, or Philippines, because the CPMs there are super, super, super low. There is no buying power in some of these third world countries. And as a result, you are not going to be making money at all in other cases, especially if you're doing, let's say, religious content. Because Southeast Asia, they believe in their own belief systems. And let's say you're talking about Christianity, it plays no role. And yet YouTube took your video and promoted it in Southeast Asia. You may get views, but you're not going to get advertisement, meaning that you are making $0. So that is very important. And the third factor, in my opinion, is age. Now, when it comes to age, there is a age group that has disposable income. That means this age group, they work, they have a job, they have predictable income. And when they see ads playing on our videos, they have the buying power should they wish to buy whatever it is that is advertised on our videos. Versus 18 to 24-year-olds who are probably dependent on their parents. And as a result, your CPM drops drastically because of the age group that picked up this video and resonated with, and they don't have disposable income. It makes sense. 18 to 24-year-olds, where are they? Most of them are in college, universities, or doing some kind of first entry jobs where they are still have to save up to build their own lives and not purchasing things that they see on YouTube videos, versus those that are 45 to about 55-year-old group. Those people, they've built a life, they have disposable income or predictable income, and they've got buying power. And again, it will depend on the topic. If the topic resonates with 45 to 55-year-old group, maybe all the way to 65-year plus group, then you will be making significant amount of money, meaning your earnings will increase because that age group, they have predictable income and they also have buying power. It's even greater if all of that is happening in the first world countries versus if it was happening in the developing countries like South Africa and third world countries, etc. and so on. So these are the three factors that play a major role of whether your earnings on YouTube are going to increase or decrease. I hope we understand each other. If you do finance, what do you call this, content, then you are even in a better place than any other content creator. I was watching a video of a content creator who was recently monetized, and the average views, they range around 3,500, 4,000, at most 5,000. And this individual was so shocked to see a video that they uploaded just 2 weeks ago. It gained 3,500 views. And how much is the earnings? $3,000. Why? Because they're doing finance, what do you call this, content, and these videos were resonating a lot in the first world countries. So yeah, those are the three factors in my opinion. I think they will increase or decrease your earnings. That's content, location, and age. These three are the ones that will see how successful you become on YouTube.